Welcome back. All right, so we're going to talk about Logan Cooley today, who I think goes third to Arizona, because sure, why not? Logan Cooley is 5'10", which is 179 centimeters, for those who follow along in centimeters, 174 pounds or 79 kilos. Logan Cooley, not quite 6 feet tall. He's a center. We'll see if that affects things on draft day. I don't think so, and here's why. His strengths, puck handling is fantastic. The offense is good. The passing is excellent. And speed. It is all about the speed. So we've talked about Shane Wright, who looks like a safe pick, smart player, really good two-way forward. Logan Cooley, again, the size might cause some GMs to give pause if they're choosing. But Cooley could go first overall. He could go as low as 5th or 6th too. So this draft is really kind of wide open. We'll see if Cooley ends up going third. Let's have a discussion. So he's number 2 in the consolidated rankings on elite prospects. They themselves have him at 3rd. Hockey Prospect has him 5th. And TSN/Bob McKenzie has him 2nd in the draft. So he could go before Slafkovsky. I feel like Slafkovsky, there's too much there. And it's just too tantalizing of a package for a general manager. And you look at the physical size difference, and even though Slafkovsky's a winger, I think he goes first, but either way, you're going to get a pretty good player. So his strengths are pretty obvious and pretty evident. Finding a weakness doesn't seem to be quite as evident. So skilled, fairly explosive center, poised with the puck. This is one of the scouting reports from Hockey Prospect. Creativity and playmaking are good. Also had some sequences of odd decisions with the puck. So, the one thing I've seen with this is they compared him to Matty Beniers on a couple of the sites I was looking at. And it's seen that Matty Beniers is this elite two-way forward, especially when it comes to his hockey IQ. And Seattle fans found that out firsthand towards the end of the year. Matty Beniers is excellent at both ends of the ice. So, Logan Cooley isn't seen as being as solid as a two-way forward, but the speed. It is all about that speed. And at worst, he's seen as, maybe he'll be a second-line center. He could be a first-line center in the NHL. He's not going to be in the same stratosphere as like a McDavid or a McKinnon, but he could still be a first-line center in the NHL. Maybe a 1A, 1B situation when you look at your top 2 centers. He also plays on the penalty kill. So he's seen as being an intelligent player, good hockey sense, and a hard worker. And despite being smaller than a lot of the other guys, he's not shy about going into the corners. He's not shy about digging around for pucks. And he's pretty good at retrieval of said pucks as well. So the overall numbers with Cooley, very good. He, at the U.S. National Under-18 team, 51 games, 27 goals, 48 assists for 75 points. For the U.S. National Team Development Program Juniors, 24 games, 13 goals, 23 assists for 36 points. Played the under-18s, 6 games, 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points. Just 1 game at the World Juniors, and he had an assist in that 1 game at the World Junior Championships. So it's there, right? And he is a University of Minnesota commit. He's going for this year, and then he plans on turning pro. He's already announced he basically plans on turning pro, and he believes that he is going to be an excellent player. It's funny. I know that Shane Wright saying he expects to be number 1, and there's always this discussion about players wanting to be number 1 in the draft. You don't get to be an elite player in hockey without having at least a little bit of an ego, some kind of a cockiness/confidence. And what's funny is when they back it up and they play quite well, it's confidence. And when they struggle or they're having a hard time and they still feel that way, then it comes off as arrogance. In the case with Cooley, I think it's still confidence. This kid believes he's going to be a player. I don't see any reason to think he won't be, and a year of university hockey can only help him. He doesn't seem to have any struggles playing against players that are older than he is. Hasn't had any struggles, getting in on defenses at any level of hockey. So the offense is going to be pretty strong for him. It may be overshadowed by his speed. It may be overshadowed by his two-way game a little bit. But we'll see. Because, again, when we get to the draft, usually centers end up going ahead of wingers. And usually the bigger centers go before the more diminutive centers. So could he get bumped down by somebody? It's possible. Again, this draft I think is really unpredictable. This is why when I see people saying, well, this team might trade the number 5 and they might get a number 15 and this team might trade. I don't think those trades are happening before draft day. because of how unpredictable this draft is. So I might be sitting at 5, and I might be willing to move the number 5 pick. But I might be saying, you know what, if Logan Cooley is still available at number 5, I want him. So I'm not moving that pick. And we might see GMs doing that this year. Once we get to the draft, then we start seeing draft picks getting moved right, left, and center because maybe the player they're looking for is gone, or they feel like they can get the player they're looking for at a later pick. So we shall see. But I'd be interested to know from people watching this video how you feel about Logan Cooley and his upside. The amount of speed. Again, every report I read, it was just speed for days, speed for days. Guy can skate like the wind. And that's huge. You look at the game right now. You look at the teams at the top of the standings in the regular season. You look at Florida. You look at Colorado. Vegas when they were doing really well. Tampa. Carolina. When these teams are playing well and they're getting that offense to click, it's transition. It's that speed off turnovers. It is lethal. And Logan Cooley's style of hockey would seem to fit in perfectly with that transition game and that ability to very quickly go from defending to offense and potentially getting himself a goal. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.